My name is Ruby Olisemeka, and I'd love to tell you the story of two states of being, or two lives. I went from being quite privileged, being the daughter of an African diplomat, going to private school and being driven or chauffeured to school every day, to scraping pennies to take 2 buses to the only college I could afford. How did this happen? My father, who was a diplomat, went back to his country and there was a coup d'etat there. And whatever little money that he was sending us before trickled to nothing. I was born with a condition called sickle cell anemia. It was never an issue while I lived a privileged life. When my life changed, my illness started to show up more and become more of an issue. Because of my socioeconomic level, I couldn't afford the organic, top-of-the-line food that I needed to be as healthy as I could. One day I went into toxic shock and I was pronounced dead at the hospital. I was revived, but ever since that day, my health has been up and down. It's been a huge challenge to manage my health. After my stay at the hospital, I was determined, extremely determined to eat as healthy as I could. So I turned to urban farming as a way to supplement my diet. Once I entered the world of urban farming, I realized that health ultimately resided in the soil and the seed. We are in a health crisis of epidemic proportions, centered in urban communities amongst people of color. A group of us in the community was able to raise $35,000 to purchase organic, sustainably grown food. We called it a market, the Free People's Market, rather than a pantry, because we wanted to infuse dignity, that occupying a certain socioeconomic level does not mean that somehow you've done something wrong in your life. In my case, there was a coup d'etat in my country, in my home country, which spiraled me into a place of poverty. I feel honored and privileged to have seen 2 worlds, to have lived in a world of extreme privilege and to live in a world where that privilege was taken. It's really difficult when you're in a place of privilege to know or feel the suffering of others. Living in both worlds has allowed me to see 2 sides of America.